Bob, your Calgary Flames keep rolling to the surprise of many people. Has anything about your team's performance through 25 games surprised you?
No, because, I think that what we have to remember is what we started last year. Management came in and, brought in some other players. So I think that, we're bigger, we're faster. The guys from last year are leading by example, so we're cultivating not only, I think, a good game, but also leadership, like the taste of winning, and right now it's contagious.
When most people talk about the Flames, they say they're doing it on hard work, but that is to discount the talent on your team. So how much of what we've seen so far has been talent, and how much has been hard work?
Well, I think it's a combination of both. Especially at this level, you need talent in order to win hockey games, but you have to combine it with a commitment to hard work. And starting with our captain, Mark Giordano, it's fun. We're pushing those guys, and it's not only that we're working hard in games, we're working hard in practices, we're working hard in the gym. Our preparation when we do video sessions, the guys are are on it. So I think that we're fortunate. We're dealing with a great bunch of guys, but I don't think that our players get the credit enough for what they do on the ice when it comes to talent.
Well, you can't ignore the fact that what you've done of late has been without Backlund, Stajan, Colburn, 3 centers on the injured list. Mason Raymond is there as well. How has your team risen above that list?
Well, we didn't have any choices. We had to go, and I'm a big believer in young players. Those kids, our coaches in Adirondack, they're doing a great job with our young players, and it's right now, what we're going through, they deserve lots of credit too, because they prepared those youngsters as soon as we sent them after the training camp. They got them in the same system, they worked them hard, and they came back, and it's just like they never left. So that's huge. And I think that also our scouting staff, the way that they reloaded the talent, the young talent that is growing in this organization, it's pretty special.
Let's have a look at TJ Brodie's goal from tonight, and this is a common sight from the Calgary defense this year, and he's been dynamite this year with Mark Giordano. Does it ring true to you when people say that you have the best defensive pair in the NHL?
There's no doubt in my mind. Those two guys, and I think that both TJ and Gio, they're just starting their prime. Mark Giordano is so committed. He has many great years in front of him. TJ Brodie is just a young defenseman, but he's showing such a maturity, playing not only against the best lines on your team, but also generating all this offense for us.
I want to ask you about a couple of players, other players. Start with Sean Monahan. In his second year in the NHL, played his 100th game tonight. Did you have a lot of confidence that he could be your number one center with those other 3 out?
Yeah, well, again, last year we invested ice time in him. We worked during and after practices with him. Monty is a great worker. His maturity is way above average of any young man of his age, and he's very skilled, hockey sense. He's great. So you combine this with the leadership around, and it's a good environment for our young players to grow.
Here's a piece of video, Bob, of another player I wanted to ask you about. And first of all, tell me if you even know who this is.
Yeah, that's Johnny Gaudreau, because this week in a video session, we showed the entire team. So the boys had a good laugh on this and watched this panorama over here. So, and again tonight, Johnny gave us a big goal. So hey, he's a special young man, and he might be small of stature, but he comes up big, every game for us.
Well, he went end to end there, and he scored in the wraparound as a 9-year-old in the brick tournament, and he said to me earlier today, it's a bit harder to score in the wraparound now. The goalies are a little bit better, but you recall he had that beauty wraparound in the game in Winnipeg in mid-October. Just a quick comment on how you think he's fared working his way into the NHL.
Well, I think that early on there was lots of questions on Johnny, especially after maybe 2 or 3 games. But let's remember that we started against the Vancouver Canucks at home. The next night we were in Edmonton, and we were starting a 6-game road trip. So it's not exactly the best scenario for a young player coming out of major junior or college to start his NHL career. But he got there, and I remember the talk that I had with him in Columbus nervous when I told him that he wouldn't play and the reasons why we were not playing him. And the next day he responded like, well, with a great practice. And since then, he's a totally different player. So like he's he's committed. He's on a mission to prove to people that he's an NHL player, and like he's going to be a good one.
Bob, thanks for your time. Much appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Todd.